Think you have to leave the US for an affordable retirement? Not so fast. Kiplingers and MSN have identified a handful of spots in the US where your dollar goes just as far as places like Portugal, Costa Rica, Mexico, without the hassle of having to move abroad. These places don't just stretch your retirement dollars, they offer top-tier healthcare, have low crime, and they give you the peace of mind that comes with staying stateside. Let's dive in and see if any of these choices may change your retirement plans. First up, Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington consistently comes in as a smart and affordable place to retire. 14% of its population is 65 and up. Its cost of living is 6% below the national average. And it's got lots of healthcare options, and quality ones at that. Residents say Lexington is a pretty safe city, but it has its bad areas, like anywhere else. Winters in Lexington are fairly mild. Residents say they get the occasional snowfall and maybe the occasional ice storm. The main causes for concern are getting the power back on and clearing the roads, which some residents say can take longer than expected. Some residents feel that the severe weather incidents are getting worse and more common. In recent years, Lexington has had more windstorms and flood events. In Lexington, housing costs are on average around 10% below the national average, with a median home value of around the mid-300,000s. Some residents report that transplants and retirees coming to Lexington from other areas of the country are driving up housing prices, though that seems to be happening almost everywhere. Some residents report that property taxes and insurance are high in Lexington. The good news is that the state of Kentucky does not tax Social Security benefits, and it gives seniors deductions on additional retirement income. Traffic can be an issue depending on what time of the day that you go out and what time of the year. For instance, one resident says, avoid rush hour and try to avoid driving during the holiday season. Lexington has a lot of restaurants to choose from. There's a lot of parks and trails for walking and bicycling, and there are regular events and festivals in the city. As one resident put it, Lexington isn't too industrial, and there's something going on most every weekend in the city. Another resident wrapped it up by saying, Lexington isn't perfect, but it has a lot to offer. Another smart place to retire is Fayetteville, Arkansas. The cost of living here is slightly higher than other parts of Arkansas, but Fayetteville is almost 10% below the national average, which is why it's attractive to retirees looking to stretch their dollars. The median home price in Fayetteville is around $320,000. Residents do say that housing prices are skyrocketing and finding affordable housing is almost impossible. But it's all about perspective, right? For instance, one California transplant said, housing here is cheap. The state of Arkansas is tax-friendly. It does not tax Social Security benefits, and it provides a tax deduction for retirement income. Property taxes are among the lowest in the U.S., but sales tax is high. You do get all 4 seasons here, with mild winters, although the summers can be harsh. Fayetteville is a college town, so there's plenty of arts and entertainment and culture to keep you busy. The Walton Arts Center is a hub for this, or if you're eager to learn, you can attend classes. There's also plenty of outdoor activities, plenty of hiking, biking, and walking trails, and the lakes and rivers are great for kayaking and camping, if you're into that. Healthcare is good here, with access to a major hospital just 20 miles away. Residents do say that traffic is bad, and the infrastructure can't handle the growing population. Public bus service is decent, but it's limited to within the downtown area. And while downtown is walkable and bikeable, having a car makes it much easier to get around. While the state of Arkansas as a whole has a higher crime rate than the national average, Fayetteville's crime is relatively low. But like any place, there are areas to be extra cautious about. Okay, let's move on to Roanoke, Virginia, which is often cited as a good place to retire. With the Blue Ridge Mountains as a backdrop, Roanoke is definitely scenic. But it also has small-town charm and high-quality living, making it consistently rank among the best places to retire in Virginia. Its cost of living comes in at approximately 11% below the national average, and its median home price is around $300,000. There is access to good medical facilities here, including a large regional medical center and a VA hospital. Virginia does not tax Social Security benefits, and the state's income tax rate is relatively low. Residents say in Roanoke you have all the seasons, and none are extreme. Its public transportation system is limited, so having a car to get around is a must. But residents do say that nothing is very far away, so getting what you need is convenient. The mountain surroundings lend itself to outdoor activities like hiking and biking. But there are also entertainment venues like outdoor concerts and theater to keep you busy. There's also so much open space, lots of parks and greenways. Residents here say there's something here for all ages. The crime rate in Roanoke is incredibly low, lower than the national average and lower than Virginia's average. One resident says, while no city is immune to crime, Roanoke is a very safe city. It's quiet and it enjoys a slower pace of life, giving you the opportunity to relax and go at your own speed. As one resident put it, Roanoke is basically life on easy mode. Next up is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque makes the list because its cost of living is about 8 to 9% below the average, and its housing costs are about 12 to 13% below the national average. New Mexico has one of the lowest average property tax rates in the U.S., but more importantly, retirees age 65 and up with a certain income level can freeze the assessed value of their primary residence, and the state offers an exemption for those 65 and up on a portion of their income. You do have to weigh this against some of the negative aspects, though. For instance, sales tax and income tax in Albuquerque are higher than the national average. Albuquerque itself has several 55-plus communities offering not just an array of housing options, but also lots of activities and amenities. The area that seems to attract a lot of retirees is Rio Rancho. Residents say this area has less crime and 2 major hospitals. But residents also say you shouldn't overlook 4 Hills. The healthcare in Albuquerque is adequate, with major hospitals and specialty clinics serving the area. But some residents say that they do travel to El Paso or even Colorado for better healthcare options. There are pockets of the city that are walkable, and there is public transit. But for the most part, residents say that having a car is a must to get around. From a safety perspective, crime rates in Albuquerque are generally higher than the national average. But like most places, some areas have lower crime rates, and some neighborhoods are known for their safety. While you can never completely avoid crime, residents say that Southeast Heights and downtown are 2 areas that you'll want to avoid. Some residents say they generally feel safe, but like most any city, there are drug problems, poverty, and gang activity in certain areas that create most of the issues. What residents really like about Albuquerque is the food, the people, the culture, and the outdoor activities. The bike trail system for mountain biking and road cycling is described as wonderful. Keep in mind, it is a desert. You have to be able to handle sand, dry air, high winds, and not a lot of shade. But the landscape views are killer. How about Pensacola, Florida? Way up in the panhandle of Florida, almost to the Alabama line, is Pensacola. This is a city that retirees like for its relaxed coastal lifestyle, its mild weather, and its outdoor activities. But retirees are a little skittish about Florida right now, and rightly so. Real estate prices, insurance costs, and the chance of storms are all up. That puts this once retiree haven out of reach for some. But Pensacola's home prices average around $330,000. And it offers a lower cost of living compared to many other Florida cities. There's a lot of different living options here, from downtown to gated communities. And there are plenty of ways to stay busy, from museums and cultural attractions to state parks, beaches, and rivers. The city has modern hospitals and other healthcare facilities, but some residents do report having a difficult time getting a doctor's appointment. If you want to escape winter, but you don't want those summer-like temperatures year-round, Pensacola could be a happy medium. Winter months here average in the 60s. And the occasional cold front could cause the temperatures to dip down briefly into the 30s, maybe even the 20s. The heat is on during the summer months, and some residents say that the humidity is unbearable. Having a car is key to getting around in Pensacola. There is public transit, but it mostly caters to the tourist. Pensacola's crime rate is significantly lower than the national average, but residents do report concerns of shopping scams, vehicle thefts, and package thefts. As one resident said, "We have beautiful beaches, the sunsets are gorgeous, and the fishing is good." Retiring in the U.S. eliminates the challenges, the risk, and the uncertainties of moving overseas. There are places in the U.S. that won't break your budget, and they'll give you the quality of life that you want and that you deserve. If you've identified the place where you want to purchase your retirement home away from home, click on the link below. I've built relationships with agents across the country and even abroad. Let me help you connect you to that right agent who's going to help you search for your perfect retirement home so you can start enjoying this life sooner rather than later. If you want to explore more about living in that vacation destination so you can avoid mistakes and regrets, check out this next video. Thank you for joining me. I'm Alysia Shivers. Until next time.